York.
Here's a three. Caleb Ferris nails it. Goes to Wagner. Three. It's good. It's good.
Now for the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Spartans, Daryl Henry.
Good evening, everyone. Live from the Michael P. O'Brien Athletics and Recreation Center Arena in St. Mary's City on the campus of the St. Mary's College of Maryland Seahawks. It's time for your college Spartan women's basketball as the Spartan women tonight finish up the regular season in CAC play as they will face the St. Mary's College Seahawks for the second time this season. Ray Jensen here with you tonight, live from St. Mary's on the Ed Cole Court tonight. The Spartan women look to finish their regular season to 15 wins on the year and sweep the season series against the St. Mary's Seahawks. The last time out on the home floor at Wolf Gymnasium on January 15th, the Spartans won handedly 80-53. It was a little close at halftime, but the Spartans able to pull back and complete control thanks to efforts from all across the board, including the starting five, where Alana Bortner, Molly Day, and Haley Luckaball all ended that night in double digits, but they were not the leaders offensively. That belonged to Sammy Matteo, with 17 points, with 5 rebounds and 4 assists, including a steal in that 80-53 win against St. Mary's on January 15th. Since then, the Spartans have had a rough go of it in February here, a 1-3 record, and the last time out, a blowout loss to the Mary Washington Eagles, which makes securing the number 2 seed in the CAC much more difficult. They need a win tonight at St. Mary's, and across the Chesapeake with Salisbury hosting Mary Washington, they need the Seagulls to pull an upset against the Eagles to make the Spartans a chance to gain the number 2 seed. Regardless, they should have a home game in the quarterfinals of the CAC tournament, but it'd be nice to have a semifinal home date as well, that a week from today, with the Saturday date being the quarterfinals. We'll continue our pregame show after this. After the break, we'll have our pregame chat with head coach Betsy Whitman. She breaks down the matchup for tonight, as well as her thoughts on the regular season as a whole and how she thought her team performed throughout the year. It's after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
York College of Pennsylvania is where your life's work begins. It starts with the passion you'll find, the connections you'll make, the career you'll pursue, and it begins from day one. Because your life's work is more than work. It's the lives you'll touch. It's the difference you'll make. Better connections, a smarter plan, a life that works. From day one. York College of Pennsylvania, ycp.edu.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports.
What's the deal with the Dan Patrick Show?
Dan Patrick.
Shouldn't Kawhi be the new Dos Equis guy? Like, wouldn't he be a great man of mystery? Instead of that guy that's supposed to look like Michael Phelps, who took over for the old guy. Yeah, I thought it was one of that was like, hey, how about we get a guy who looks like Michael Phelps as the most interesting man in the world? Kawhi would be great because he's so deadpan.
Dan Patrick, mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Time for our pregame chat with Spartan women's basketball head coach Betsy Whitman. And coach, it's the regular season finale for your team tonight at St. Mary's. But the last time out on Saturday was a tough go at Mary Washington. It just seemed the Eagles had control from the opening tip, and it was a tough loss since it means getting that second seed to be a lot tougher.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if we would have
won on Saturday, we would have secured that number 2 spot. Now we've got to take care of business today and hope that things go our way with Salisbury beating Mary Wash and we can win a coin flip. So there is, a lot more to it now. So we're just going to really focus now on taking care of business here tonight at St. Mary's.
And with looking back at the regular season, standing at 14-10 coming into tonight, the number 3 team in the CAC, is this team ahead of progression of what you saw at the beginning of the year, or in other ways, is they right on time?
It's kind of what I expected. I don't know if I would have said we're going to win 15, 16, 17 games this year, but I was hoping by the month of January into February that we'd be playing our best basketball, and I think we saw that in January. We've had a couple injuries since then and been battling that, but I'd like to see us get back on track and play the way we were in January. February's been kind of a tough month for us, so we're like I said, hoping to bounce back and finish strong in the regular season, and then as you know, the conference championships, it's kind of a whole new season, so we're just hoping to get a good seed. Right now it's looking like second or third, which is great because we'll get to play at home at least one game and possibly get that first round bye, but we'll have to wait and see what happens.
With a team as long as you have this year with 5 freshmen, 4 sophomores, how key has that youth and that energy brought to the team?
It's been great. We brought in a good freshman class that I think has challenged our upperclassmen. I'm very proud of my upperclassmen, how hard they worked in the off season and improved their game and came back in great shape. And we are still young. We're still looking for that leadership. Molly Day has done a really good job being our oldest player. Academically, she's a senior, but she's only had a couple years on the court. So, her and Kayla Ferris have really been relied on a lot to lead us in these games. And, we've got a really talented sophomore class as well as freshmen who've come in and done a really good job. This is a tough conference, and people don't realize, what the competition is day in and day night. So it's one of those things where I think we've grown a lot as a team. Team's gotten very close. Chemistry's really good. We've played some really good games this year, and we've struggled through some of them as well. So we've been up and down. I'd like to see us get a little more consistent here as we move into the next season, but to finish strong here in the conference championships.
And finally, looking towards St. Mary's tonight, team you got the better of at home, but this is a team that likes to force turnovers and as many as possible.
They do. They're really aggressive, and against Southern Virginia, their last game, they pressed them just about the whole game. And against us, they pressed a little bit, and they played a lot of matchup zone. But I do think they're going to play us in some man-to-man tonight. I think they're not just willing to sit back in their zone and let us shoot. So I feel like we're going to see a mixture of zone press, man press, half-court, tandem 2-3, and also an aggressive half-court man-to-man. So we've got to take advantage of our size, look to pound it inside, take care of the ball, take the shots when we have them, and really focus on the defensive end. That's where I was not happy with our defensive effort against Mary Washington. And credit to them, they made a lot of shots, but I don't feel like we defended them as well as we could have. And this practice yesterday, that was really our only focus, was on the defensive end and how to stop St. Mary's. And as we build towards the conference championships, overall we just have to be playing tougher defense, not getting beat so much in the paint. And so that will be the focus today, is really defending St. Mary's. And if we do that and rebound, I feel like the shots will be there and the shots will fall.
Sounds like a plan, Coach. Thank you so much and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
I want to thank Spartan Women's Basketball head coach Betsy Whitman, of course, for her time during the pregame here this afternoon. And, of course, the Spartans getting ready to get set to face the Seahawks here tonight at Michael P. O'Brien Athletics and Rec Center Arena on Ed Cole Court. The Seahawks enter tonight 3-20. They have yet to win a conference game this year. They are 6th in the conference. They have locked up that seed. In fact, the only seeds for this upcoming tournament that are locked in are the 1 and the 6 seeds, respectively, with CNU being the number 1 seed this year in the CAC tourney, with the Seahawks garnering the 6th seed. However, seeds 2 to 5 are to be determined, as if a Spartan win tonight as well as the Eagles loss could mean a coin flip, which at the end of the day could lead to the Spartans taking that number 2 seed in the CAC tourney, which would mean a couple of more home games to come for the green and white. In the meantime, first things first, got to take care of the Seahawks. And we'll have starting lineups after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, what's with all these papers and stuff?
Well, you're starting college in 2 weeks, and I'm doing some homework, cramming to find a college loan to pay the rest of your tuition. I'm afraid it's going to be an all-nighter, honey.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Dad. I think a student choice loan with York Educational FCU would be the best way to go.
YEFCU? We got a mortgage through them. Great rate, and I love the fact that they have free bill payer, but student loans?
Yeah, YEFCU student choice loan pays for my cost of attendance at York College or most other four-year schools, minus the financial aid I already received. The student choice loan would take care of tuition, books, room and board, all that stuff. But the best part is that YEFCU Student Choice Loan is a one-time application. That means next year, I just tell them how much I need, and they'll disperse the money right to the school.
So we don't have to reapply every year?
Nope, so step away from the homework, Dad. A Student Choice Loan is the best move we can make.
So we're not staying up all night? Oh, did I ever tell you about the night I did an entire term paper in one night with an old typewriter and no correction ribbon?
What's a typewriter?
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Your home for the Spartans. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you as we continue the pregame show here in the Spartan Sports Network, getting set for the Spartans taking on the Seahawks in the final regular season matchup for the Spartan women here in 2019-2020. It's now time to introduce the starting five for both teams here tonight. First, the starting five for the hosting St. Mary's Seahawks, wearing their special pink jerseys tonight. So some unusual numbers for some familiar players, as Kyara Priest, normally number 1 on their rosters, wearing number 11 tonight. Their junior guard in the starting five, though, this evening against YCP on January 15th. She scored 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. She'll be flanked by Caitlin Mays, another junior guard for the Seahawks, number 10 tonight. Number 12, Kelly Jenkins, also in the starting lineup, the sophomore last time out against York, scoring 14 points and totaling 4 rebounds. Stephanie Howell, number 14, also in the starting five for the Seahawks, and rounding out the Fab Five for the Seahawks here tonight, Gina Seifert, wearing number 3, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals last time out. And for the Spartans, their starting five is as follows: Savannah Wilson, Kayla Ferris, Alana Bortner, Molly Day, and Haley Luckabaugh. So Wilson, Ferris, Bortner, Day, and Luckabaugh for the Spartans. And for the Seahawks, Priest, Mays, Jenkins, Howell, Seifert for St. Mary's. And the Spartans looking for a smaller lineup than usual here tonight, and we'll see if it'll pay off. We'll pause for the national anthem here this evening and come back with the opening tip after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for more than half a century. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
Remember when an app was listen only? Oh yeah, that was kind of us, wasn't it? Well, we have a new app. Download the new WOYK app on the Apple and Google Play stores and take Sports Radio 1350 on the go like never before. Listen on the go like always, and now get easier access to archived games and programs on demand. Watch WOYK game broadcasts on YouTube and so much more. Search the new WOYK on the Apple and Google Play stores and download today. It's not just an app, it's a lifestyle. Sports Radio 1350. First in York, first in sports. New FM signal, new website. Get features, live broadcasts, and on-demand game broadcasts and shows online at 989WOYK.com.
Back here in the Spartan Sports Network, about to get set for opening tip here from Ed Cole Court and St. Mary's College of Maryland as the Seahawks host the York College Spartans, as the Spartan women look to finish the season with 15 wins in the regular season and 6-4 in the CAC this year, while for St. Mary's, they're trying to avoid a massive tailspin getting any larger. They have lost their last 14 in a row, and they have yet to win a CAC matchup this year, currently 0-9 entering play tonight, but looking to right the ship, and while they can't improve their seeding in the upcoming CAC tournament, which is the number 6 seed, that is locked in. They can upset the Spartans in their desperate bid to try to regain the number 2 seed that they lost an outright bid to on Saturday when they fell to the Mary Washington Eagles 71-43. The key there for the Eagles, they just scored a ton of points whenever they felt like it. 48.3% shooting for the Eagles against the Spartans. As head coach Betsy Whitman mentioned in our pregame chat, she did not like the way the Spartans defended the Eagles on Saturday, so the defensive effort was a big focus in practice leading up to this matchup against St. Mary's. Spartans as well, though, have been struggling a little bit offensively. They have only been eclipsing the 60-point mark twice in their last 4 contests. They're 1-3 here in the month of February compared to 7-1 in January. They've scored 92 points in their last 2 contests, both being losses. One to Mary Washington, as mentioned, on Saturday at their gym, and then at home against CNU on February 8th. The Spartans shooting 27.5% from the floor, 9-49 from three-point land. So a lot of things to clean up on offense, and that can be done here tonight against a Seahawks team that has struggled at times to prevent points from being scored. They are scoring 52 points on the year on average compared to allowing 72 points from opposing teams. They're also being out-rebounded by a margin of around 14 rebounds a game. So this is a team that has struggled a lot on the defensive end of the ball, and the Spartans, well, they've been able to excel, scoring more than they've allowed. 61 points scoring on the average of the year for York, 59 allowed for the green and white. As mentioned, if you missed it, for the starting 5 here tonight for the Spartans, it's Savannah Wilson, Kayla Ferris, Alana Bortner, Molly Day, and Haley Luckaball. And for the hosting Seahawks, it's Kyara Priest, Caitlin Mays, Kelly Jenkins, Stephanie Howell, and Gina Seifert. Gina Seifert, one of the top offensive threats in the CAC this year, averaging 13 points a game, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, also averages about 1.3 blocks a game. She has 29 blocks, by far leads the Seahawks in that category. The uniforms tonight for the Spartan women, the road greens with the white and black trim. And for the St. Mary's Seahawks, they're wearing their special pink jerseys with the gold letters and numbers. Be about ready for our opening tip, brought to you by York Educational Federal Credit Union. It's time for their opening tip for us. Visit YEFCU online at yefcu.org. The tip is up, and St. Mary's wins it. Seahawks will start with the ball as they work around the horn. Stephanie Howell is the Kyara Priest, who drives in, leaves a floater, and takes a bounce off the front of the rim and goes in. And just like that, the Seahawks start the scoring in this one. 2-0 early, not even a minute into the first quarter. Let's see how the Spartans respond. In the half court, the green and white. Look a ball, bounce pass to Molly Day, charging in towards the hoop. And the left-handed lay-in is good for Day, tied up at 2 apiece. 9:27 in this first quarter, just over 30 seconds in. Seahawks with the ball. Gina Seifert drives in, then kicks out to a teammate. A 3, no good. Caitlin Mays took the shot and couldn't get it to go. Rebound, York. Alana Bortner taking the ball up for the Spartans, goes to the left wing of Savannah Wilson, inside to Day. Day then kicking out to Ferris. Now Wilson will go to right wing, and Bortner teases right, now goes across to Ferris, trying to draw out the defense of the Seahawks. They go across to Bortner once more, who takes a 3, no good off the left of the rim, but Haley Luckaball tried to get that tip to go, but the unfriendly hang, and it rolled out. Still 2-2 between the Seahawks and Spartans. Priest to Howell, who will take a 3, and that is good. Stephanie Howell good from 3, and the other end, Haley Luckaball's lay-in is good, and York answers with a shot of their own, but not from the three-point line. So York trails by 1, 5-4. Stephanie Howell's 3 being the key difference here. It's her 15th three-pointer of the year. Meanwhile, Howell passed her teammate. That's Seifert. And Seifert's good for 2 on the long jumper, and that makes it a 3-point lead for the Seahawks, 7-4. With 8:12 to go in the first quarter. Kayla Ferris, quick pass to the right wing, Bortner. Bounce pass to Wilson, who will take a 3 from the top of the key. Nothing but net for Savannah Wilson. And with that three-pointer, Savannah Wilson has tied it up at 7 apiece. For Wilson, that's her 14th 3 of the year. Seahawks with the ball past half court. Mays goes to her right with Seifert. Seifert spins around, that goes up to Kyara Priest, who will launch a 3. That's no good. Overshot the rim. Rebound, Luckaball, the Spartans. Here comes the sophomore guard, Luckaball. She goes to Ferris, now to Day, back out to Luckaball, now around to the left wing, finally at Bortner. Bortner's pass tipped to Ferris. Now goes back across to Wilson. She'll take another three, no good off the left side of the rim, but an offensive board for the Spartans. Kayla Ferris keeps an offensive possession alive for the green and white. Pass to Luckaball, corner three, that one no good. Stephanie Howell the rebound for St. Mary's. Seahawks charging up the court. Kyara Priest manning the point for the Seahawks for the time being. Calls for off-ball movement from Howell. Drives in off the screen. A little bit of a Euro step. She goes towards the rim. No good on her shot attempt. Savannah Wilson with the board, and she takes it up for York. Goes to Luckaball. Luckaball across to Ferris with some space, but she drives in. Jumper just short of the inner circle. Good. Kayla Ferris on the board for two, and it has the Spartans leading by two. 9-7 here with 6:48 to go in the first quarter. Ferris last time out against the Eagles, scoring 6 points, collecting 5 boards and 4 assists. Ball goes out of bounds. Oh, and out of bounds was last touched by York, so St. Mary's maintains possession. Substitution in for the Seahawks as Kelly Jenkins takes a seat. Ashley Bonanno is in for the first time here tonight. Bonanno scored 5 points and collected 2 rebounds. And St. Mary's lost to the Spartans at Charles Wolf Gymnasium back on January 15th. Pause and play as there looks to be some discrepancies on the clock. They added a couple seconds to it. Now it's 6:37 to 13 seconds to go on the shot clock. So resuming play, Mays, Howell, Priest inside the Seifert. Seifert getting doubled by Ferris and Day. Wilson helping out as well, and they call a dead ball. Arrow is in York's favor, but it will flip on the inbounds. Spartans lead by 2, 9-7. Arrow does flip as Ferris inbounds to Wilson. Now back to Ferris. Seahawks are pressing as they're beating it. Ferris, Wilson, and an ill-advised pass from Ferris trying to force it to Bortner. Taken away by the Seahawks. Mays to Priest. Good on the lay-in, and we're tied again at 9 now. Spartans working quickly to beat the press now after the score. Luckaball to Day. Day's shot just short of the rim is good. Spartans lead by 2, 11-9. Just over 6 to go in the first quarter. Priest will settle things down. Strolling up the court goes to Howell with Luckaball trying to make a defensive play, but Howell snags it. Then to Mays. Mays towards the corner and Priest. Priest driving off of Wilson, then kicks to Seifert, who lets a floater go just short of the free-throw line, and that is good. Seifert scores again. It's now 11 points each team as Day is met by Seifert on the other end. Seifert went for the block, but got the foul. So Seifert the foul, and it means Molly Day was on the way to the rim, is heading to the free-throw line for a couple of shots. Tied at 11. Day can give the Spartans the lead here. Her first is good. Makes it a 1-point lead. Day shooting 64% from the charity stripe coming into tonight. Day's second. That is good as well. It's 2 of 2 on the trip to make it 13-11. And while they call a blocking foul off the inbounds on Savannah Wilson, quick whistle there on Wilson to make it the Spartans their first foul tonight. This means we do the inbounds over again for St. Mary's. Bonanno inbounds, finds Howell. Howell immediately met by Ferris, and she goes away to Mays. And Mays trying to get it to Priest, and Wilson almost disrupted it, didn't realize it. Priest had to scramble for the ball. Stephanie Howell jumps on the loose ball, and St. Mary's maintains control. Quickly to Mays. On the right wing, now to Seifert, closer towards the top of the key, working off a Day. She steps in, then takes a jumper, but didn't touch rim. Tried to keep it inbounds, and she does. Leaves it for Bonanno, and the Spartans didn't expect Bonanno with the hustle play, and the lay-in for 2. And we're tied at 13 all. Spartans getting pressed as Ferris kicks away the Luckaball, but Luckaball off open room, cuts towards the rim, and lays it in for 2. 15-13, Spartans back in the lead by 2. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Caitlin Mays takes it up for the Seahawks. Try to get it to Bonanno. A glance off of Bonanno's left arm and out of bounds in front of the Spartan bench. So the turnover for the Seahawks. Media timeout. We'll join them in our first Maple Donuts timeout of the game. Be back after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
There's no running from it. Tax season will be here before you know it. The professionals at Frank Storm & Company can help alleviate the headache. Voted one of the best for all 19 years by the York Dispatch readers for both your personal and business tax needs, Frank Storm & Company makes the process easy. Payrolls, sales tax, preparation of financial statements, in addition to your personal tax service. Call today to set up your appointment at one of 3 convenient locations: York, Dallastown, and Hanover. Frank Storm & Company, committed to personalized quality service.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the Maple Donuts timeout, the score is 15-13 in favor of York. Ray Jensen here with you on the Spartan Sports Network. Spartans have been shooting well. Actually, both teams really have been shooting well from the floor here tonight. St. Mary's shooting a high percentage in the lower 60s so far in the first quarter, while the Spartans, they're shooting in the mid-50s, 55.6% to be exact. And the Seahawks are being led offensively so far by who else? Gina Seifert, and as well as Kyara Priest, both with 4 points in the early goings of this one. Molly Day and Savannah Wilson doing what they can as well. Molly Day, 5 points here in the first quarter. Savannah Wilson with 3 off and made 3 from the top of the key. Spartans have the ball as we come out of the timeout. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Alana Bortner with the rock in the left wing. Gives it to Molly Day. Now Day gives way to Wilson. Now goes to Kayla Ferris, and she drives in, and a turnover by York as China Landon gets the steal. Landon checked in. This is just her 18th appearance for the Seahawks. Have just 2 points and a rebound. On the other end, now Seifert off the feed from Priest. That's good in the lay-in. We're timed up once again as Seifert strikes once more for the Seahawks. 15 apiece with 4:04 to go in the first quarter. Savannah Wilson, the right wing, heads to Luckaball. Luckaball inside the Day, working off of Landon. Spins to the left. Can't get the shot to go. Seifert, the rebound for the Seahawks. Seifert coming up the court, settles in just short of the three-point line to Priest. Priest, a heavy pass in towards Bonanno and can't get it there. And out of bounds off of the Seahawks. Spartans take over. Substitution for the green and white as Brady Zumbrum is checked in for the first time here this evening. Kayla Ferris will head to the bench for the Spartans. Zumbrum entering play tonight, averaging just a little over 3 points a game, 3.4 to be exact, but 6 boards a game for the freshman. And not to mention 2 assists and a steal on average. She also has 17 blocks on the year. So very nice freshman campaign for her, and I hope to see it continue in the postseason. And Spartans working in the half court. There is Zumbrum off the feed from Day. She was trapped by 2 defenders. Didn't matter with her size, and she puts it in for 2. 17-15 off the score from Zumbrum. With 3:18 to go in the first quarter. Kyara Priest with the ball for St. Mary's. She goes to the left, leaves it for her teammate in Kelly Jenkins. Jenkins takes a long 3, and it rattles in. Not the prettiest of strokes as it landed into the net and hit a rim a couple of times, but the job is done. 18-17, St. Mary's leads. Just under 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Spartans trail by 1, and Wilson puts the ball on the ground, and Kyara Priest takes it away from Wilson. Priest to Seifert. Seifert working on Zumbrum. He's up a shot, takes a bounce on the left and right side of the rim, and goes in. Gina Seifert now with 8 points on the night, leads all scorers so far. 20-17 the score, a 3-point lead for the Seahawks. Spartans in the half court. Day, Zumbrum around to Bortner. Bortner working towards the top of the key, bounce past the Day. She'll take a deep 3 off of China Landon. No good off the front of the rim. Bortner, the offensive board, heaves up a shot. No good. Seahawks grab the rebound. Nano with the board for St. Mary's. Nano goes to Priest. Priest left wing of Seifert. Seifert strolls to the left, bounce pass to Landon. Landon works around towards the top of the key. Day not giving her a ton of space, goes to Seifert. Seifert working off of Zumbrum. Jab step in and teases the pass, goes to the right of Priest then. Bonanno, left corner off the feed from Priest, takes a jumper at 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. On the rebound process, a foul called on St. Mary's. St. Mary's number 12, Kelly Jenkins, her first, team second. So they call a foul on the floor on Kelly Jenkins. It's her first, the second foul for St. Mary's tonight. Inbounds, Bortner goes to Wilson. Wilson to her left once more now with Bortner left wing. He'll leave for Wilson, top of the key. Zumbrum moves around towards the inner circle. And they call Zumbrum on the travel. Another turnover for the Spartans, and they trail by 3 here of 1:41 in the first quarter. Not the cleanest of quarters for York, but they're able to get their offense. Just the defensive effort has not been there tonight so far against the Seahawks. Gina Seifert has been able to really go to the rim at will. And she's had some difficult shots she's had to make, and there's a long jumper there from Seifert. That was no good. Zumbrum was in there. Here come off the inbounds, or rebound, I should say, Ferris. Bortner, now Zumbrum, she'll take a long jumper. No good, from about 12 feet out, trying to land in the rebound. Landon leaves it for Mays. Mays calls for the play, then goes to her left. That's Kelly Jenkins. Jenkins drives in, immediately met by the Spartan defense, and they force her to travel with the ball. Substitutions in for both teams. Stephanie Howell back on the floor for the Seahawks. China Landon takes a seat. And for the Spartans, Megan Carlson in for the first time here tonight. Molly Day heads to the bench for the Spartans. Off the inbounds for York. Bortner to Matteo, who also checked in. Matteo, the last time the Spartans faced the Seahawks, led the team on offense of 17 points off the bench. So she has some similar success here on Ed Cole Court as Ferris off the feed from Matteo goes to Carlson. Carlson to Zumbrum. Whistle blown on the floor away from the ball.
St. Mary's number 12, Kelly Jenkins.
Call Kelly Jenkins for her second foul. Third foul for St. Mary's here in the first quarter. With those 2 fouls, she heads to the bench, and in comes freshman forward 5'11" Zoe Mongbet Lemaire for the Seahawks. We did see her briefly in the matchup on the Spartans' home floor back in January. Mongbet Lemaire with 2 total points and 19 total rebounds in her freshman campaign so far. Spartans in the half court. Zumbrum to Bortner. Inside the Carlson, 6 seconds to go on the shot clock. Carlson turns, can't drain the jumper. Last second shot as the offensive board from Zumbrum gets a 3-pointer attempt from Bortner. That one, no good. So nothing to speak for after a couple of offensive tries for the Spartans. It's 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Seahawks lead by 3, 20-17. Mays goes to Priest. Priest comes up towards closer to 3-point line, just near the right wing. Leaves it Bonanno. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bonanno trying to get an open player. She gets Mays, but immediately swarmed by Ferris, who blocks the shot just as the horn sounds. Mays not able to get anything with the defensive effort Ferris was giving her, and the horn sounds to signal the end of the first quarter. After 1 quarter of play here on Ed Cole Court, it is 20 points for St. Mary's, 17 for the Spartans. We'll come back with the second quarter of action after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Whatever your passion is, pain should never stop you. OSS Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists can get you back to doing what you love pain-free. If you or someone you love is suffering from an orthopedic, spine, or sports injury, trust the awarded team at OSS Health. Contact us today so that we can find the right OSS Health specialist for you and get you back to an active and healthy life. Never let pain steal your passion. Visit us online at OSSHealth.com.
Your source for all of Friday night's action. Central PA Game Day with Steve Navaroli. Saturday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
About to begin the second quarter of action here in the Spartan Sports Network. Ray Jensen here with you. Spartans trail to open the second quarter 2017 to the St. Mary's Seahawks. And Gina Seifert, as she has been all year, has been an offensive powerhouse for St. Mary's despite the record, and she already with multiple points tonight for the Seahawks, averages 13 points a game. We'll see what the Spartans can do against St. Mary's in the second quarter. Bonanno inbounds to Mays to start the second quarter of action. Gives to Stephanie Howell. Howell circles around off of Carlson, then kicks out to Priest. Priest to her left at Mays. Mays calls her off-ball movement. She works towards left wing off of Ferris. A quick screen off Bonanno. Feeds to Bonanno, and she stumbles trying to drive off of Matteo, and they call her for the travel. So a quick turnover for St. Mary's, not even 30 seconds into the quarter. The Spartans take over. Matteo inbounds to Bortner. Bortner goes to her left of Ferris. Now back to the top of the key with Bortner. Bortner will let it go back to Ferris. Once again, the Bortner inside. Zumbrum, quick pass to Ferris as she has some space in the corner for a three and gets it to go. Kayla Ferris with a corner three. Ties it up at 20 apiece. For Kayla Ferris, that's her 18th three-pointer of the year. And boy, do the Spartan offense need that. Other end, Bonanno goes to Priest for St. Mary's. Bortner working off of Priest. Priest off the screen, goes to the top of the key. Pass to Bonanno, now in the corner, Mays. Mays to Bonanno, now top of the key, Howell. Howell, they call her for the travel. She tried to step and pivot. So another miscue for the Seahawks, and now the Spartans could potentially take the lead. Tied at 20 apiece, just over a minute into the second quarter. Ferris to Bortner. Bortner will take her time as she works away from the top of the key, now drives in off of Priest. Foul is called as somebody threw in it. Too much of a push.
Foul, St. Mary's, number 11, Kyra Priest.
Get Kyra Priest on the off-ball foul. And on the inbounds, Ferris tried to quick bounce pass it to Matteo, but it went off of Sammy's hands and out of bounds. So trying to get a sneaky one off on St. Mary's, and it kind of bit the Spartans in the rear there. Ferris can do nothing but laugh there, as she knew she probably could have made a more fundamentally sound pass about the flare, but no harm, no foul, as now St. Mary's will take a deep three of Kyra Priest. Too much muscle on that one, has hit the back iron and out, but Seifert able to grab the offensive board. Priest drives in off the pass from Seifert, no good. Rebound Spartans, Kayla Ferris takes it up, leaves for Bortner, now goes to Day. Day will take a three, that is good! Molly Day, a three-pointer for her, and it puts the Spartans up by three. 23-20 with 8:14 to go in the second. That's 9 points for Day. And on the other end, Bonanno, the Seahawks, gets the Howell. On top of the key, Seifert driving it off of Carlson. Now tried the bounce pass into Priest, but instead meets the knee of Bortner. And the Spartans clean up the mess. Kayla Ferris now to Bortner. She drives into some space, trying to get away from Bonanno and Seifert, and she absorbs the contact, and I think they'll get Bonanno on the foul. They do get Bonanno on the block. Fans say they saw a ball. It was a good block, but I guess it was just too much contact for the referees. Met by Seifert and Bonanno. I think it was just a whistle of who they saw the most contact from. Bortner, meanwhile, can't get that first free throw to go. So it remains 23-20. Spartans' third and fourth trips to the free-throw line here tonight. Bortner's second. That is good, sir. 1-2 trip for Alana Bortner puts the Spartans up now by 4, 24-20. Off the ensuing inbounds, he goes off of St. Mary's. Or, sorry, off of the Spartans, pardon me. So St. Mary's maintains. Bonanno to Seifert. Now to Mays, she's screaming up the court with a lot of speed. Bounce pass to Howell, and Howell is fouled. She takes a hard drop to the floor, but is fouled by the Spartans heading to the rim. Did you get Carlson on that foul? It's her first. It's just the second foul the Spartans all game. Their first here in the second corner. Stephanie Howell, meanwhile, do some free throws off the contact with Carlson. Howell's first free throw is good. As a team, the Seahawks shooting 62% from the charity stripe. Howell herself shooting 54%. Howell's second. That is good. So a 2-for-2 trip for the Seahawks there, and it means they trail the Spartans by 2. 24-22. Substitution in for St. Mary's as China Landon is back in for the Seahawks. Also, substitution in for the green and white. Haley Luckaball in for the Spartans as Megan Carlson heads to the bench. Inbounds coming up for York as Ferris gets it away to Wilson. Wilson also checked in for the Spartans. She's having some trouble with Kyra Priest. Puts the ball on the ground, and here comes Caitlin Mays to clean it up. And it gives to Priest, now back to Mays. Mays avoids the contact from Ferris, but now they wave off any shot as they get the foul from Ferris counts before any shot attempt. Ferris trying to desperately prevent a score. They say the foul was on the floor, so it'll be an inbounds for St. Mary's. Kyra Priest gets to Gina Seifert. Seifert gets away from the Spartan D. Tries to do an over-under, but is fouled in the process of that over-under. Haley Luckaball, the guilty party on that foul. So after the Spartans only committed 2 fouls all game here in this part of the second quarter, they accrue 2 quick ones with Ferris and Luckaball respectively. Now Seifert do some free throws for St. Mary's. Her first is good. Seifert shooting 65% from the free throw line entering play tonight. First is good to make it just a 1-point game. Could tie it here. Seifert's second free throw is good. Ties the game at 24 apiece and gives her a double-digit scoring effort already in this game. 10 points for Seifert. Ferris off the feed from Luckaball goes to Day, right wing. Now Luckaball top of the key. Wilson left wing. Wilson drives off of Mays. Now kicks out to Luckaball, who will take a 3. No good off the right side of the rim, but cleaning up the work, the offensive board, Ferris, and the putback is good. Kayla Ferris with the extra effort and the second chance points. Make it 26-24, 7:04 to go in the second quarter. Other end, St. Mary's, Mays to Howell. Howell teases left but goes right out of Sammy Matteo. He's met by a duo of Spartans, and they call a jump ball. Arrow in favor of York, so we'll go to them off the dead ball. Substitution in for the Spartans, Alana Bortner back in as Sammy Matteo heads to the bench. So Matteo out, Bortner in. So on the floor for the Spartan, it's Bortner, Ferris, Day, Luckaball, and Wilson. Ferris inbounding for the Spartans, trying to find somebody open. Wilson gets open, gets to Luckaball, long pass to her, bounces right in front of her, but she snags it just in time for the Seahawks defense could collapse. Gives it to Bortner, top of the key. Ferris left wing, now driving in towards right. Gives it to Wilson, goes to the top of the key now, leaves it to the right with Ferris once more. In the corner, Luckaball. Luckaball charging up the baseline, lets a floater go, and is fouled.
Foul, St. Mary's, number 14, Stephanie Howell. Her first, team third.
Howell, the guilty party for the foul, and that means more free throws for the Spartans. 26-24 the score in favor of York. Kayla Ferris's second chance effort so far. The difference is Luckaball's first free throw is no good, and Stephanie Howell didn't realize the recoil off the rim and almost got hit. She's all good as Luckaball's second free throw is good, and it's a 3-point game, 27-24, 6:33 to go in the game. Spartans lead by 3. Charging up the court, Kyra Priest as she leaves to Howell near the baseline, then steps out more towards the perimeter. Her long jumper is good. Howell good from about 10 feet out, and it's 27-26. Seahawks trail by just 1. Spartans in the half court. Savannah Wilson, right wing, tries to charge forward, but takes too many steps. So a tough travel to take for Wilson. Kyra Priest with the inbounds for the Seahawks, gets it to Mays. Mays calls for the play. She heads toward the top of the key, gets the screen from Seifert. Now bounce pass inside to Seifert, working off a Day, goes to her left and gets a friendly backboard and in off the land, and it's 28-27. Seahawks take the lead. Seifert now with 12 points on the night, leading everyone points-wise. York trails by 1 as Ferris from dribbling, nice behind the back moves, gets away from Landon and goes in. Ferris able to use her speed to her advantage and scores once more for York. She's been the catalyst offensively in the second quarter for York. She's now got 9 points on the night. 5:32 in the second quarter as Seifert takes a long jumper, unfriendly rolls it, skates out off the rim, maintains a 1-point lead for York. Ferris off the feed from Wilson, stops short of the left wing, now goes cross to Wilson. Looking for someone open, she'll head towards the inside, but then good kick at the Luckaball. Now to the corner, Ferris, and baseline cut, and she has the floater in off the right hand. Kayla Ferris now with double-digit points tonight of 11 for the Spartan Junior. Spartans lead 31-28, which is under 5 to go in the first half. Seifert with the ball for St. Mary's. She leaves it for Mays. Now Mays cutting cross goes to Howell. Howell gives it for Priest, who spins to her right. Nice moves off of Wilson. Heaves up a shot. No good. But they call the blocking foul on Savannah Wilson. A second foul for Wilson. Media timeout here at St. Mary's. We'll keep it here on the Spartan Sports Network. With 4:46 to go in the second quarter of play, York leads 31-28 over St. Mary's. Spartans trying to do their part in possibly getting a bid at this number 2 seed in the upcoming CAC tournament. Need a little help to do so. First and foremost, they need to beat St. Mary's here tonight and get some help from St. Mary's neighbors across the Chesapeake in Salisbury University as they are hosting Mary Washington tonight. If Mary Washington loses to Salisbury, and the Spartans able to win against St. Mary's, it will possibly result in a coin flip. And checking out the scoreboard here tonight in CAC play, Salisbury hosting Mary Washington. It's a close one. 5:21 to go in the second quarter. Salisbury trails by just 2, 21-19 against Mary Washington. Christopher Newport visiting Southern Virginia. Not a close one in Southern Virginia, though, as the Knights trail Christopher Newport 20-4 with just under a minute to go in the first quarter of play in that one. Here on Ed Cole Court inside Michael P. O'Brien Athletics and Recreation Center Arena, Spartans lead 31-28. Coming out of the media timeout, Ferris leading the Spartans offensively with 11 points here this evening. Gina Seifert leading everyone with 12. So it's been a battle of the upperclassmen, it seems, so far between the Spartans and Seahawks. But in the meantime, we're due a couple of free throws as Kyra Priest was fouled by Wilson. Her first is good. Makes it a 2-point game. Priest second. That is good as well. And now it's just a 1-point lead for the Spartans off the 2 made free throws from Kyra Priest, shooting 62% from the charity stripe entering tonight. She has the Seahawks within 1. Luckaball on the other end. Use it for Megan Leiniger, who checked in for York in the timeout. Leiniger to Ferris, now to Day, left wing. Day trying to look for somebody open. Ferris bears it out near the corner. Now circles out almost towards half court. 7 seconds to go on the shot clock. Quick pass to Bortner. Will take a 3 from the corner. Good! Alana Bortner. She gets on the board from the floor for the first time tonight. Had a made free throw earlier, so just 4 points tonight. But her 3-pointer from the corner pushes the Spartans' lead back to 4. 34-30. The other end, St. Mary's. Seifert struggled with the handle, but gained it back now to Priest. Back to Seifert. Seifert turns and lets the jumper fly, and good. Has a lot of length and used it to her advantage there. Now with 14 points on the night. Seifert's jumper has a 2-point game now. 34-32, 2-point lead for York. Luckaball inside the Day. Day spinning to her right with the right hand true with the lay-in. 36-32, a 4-point lead once more for York off the lay-in for Molly Day. She now has double digits of 11. On the other end, a 3-point shot from St. Mary's, no good. Kelly Jenkins took that 3-pointer. Can shoot from 3 as 54 3-pointers made on the night, or on the season, pardon me. On the other end, Kayla Ferris has the runner going for 2. And she is fouled in the process of shooting, so a Denan 1 opportunity.
Foul, St. Mary's number 10, Caitlin Mays, her first, team 4.
So Zumbrum comes in now in the substitution. Day heads to the bench. Ferris going to take her free throw. And it is good. So N1 converted by Kayla Ferris. She now has 13 points tonight. 14, pardon me, off the made free throw, converting the N1. Spartans lead up to 7, 39-32, 3:09 to go in the first half. Kyra Priest gives it to Kelly Jenkins. Jenkins goes cross and then leaves it for Seifert. Seifert then leaves it for Priest. Now to Howell. Now to Mays right wing. Back to Seifert, top of the key, 11 seconds to go on the shot clock. Jenkins will take a 3 off the feed from Seifert. No good as Luckaball grabs the board just short of the corner, leaves it for Ferris. Ferris being pressed by Priest and Mays, beats it and gets to Luckaball, charges in towards the rim, over under no good, and she goes to Zumbrum off the offensive board. Ferris, Leiniger, good! Leiniger gets a 3-pointer and the Spartan bench is loving it. Megan Leininger gets on the board of a three-pointer here tonight. Spartan lead up to 10, 42-32. Thanks to some three-point plays for the green and white. Seifert on the other end, driving in off of Zumbrum. Heaves up a shot at the right hand. No good. Overshoots it. Kayla Ferris off the rebound and coming up towards the court. Leaves it for Bortner. She's feeling it from three. Gets a deep three to go from the top of the key. And my goodness, the Spartans have been heating up offensively here in the last couple of minutes. Alana Bortner of three makes it 45-32. 2:07 to go in the second quarter. A 30-second timeout called by St. Mary's. Will keep it here on the Spartan Sports Network. So York, they were struggling a little bit offensively here tonight. Into the first quarter, they trailed by 3, 20-17. But since the second quarter began, they've started to put together some more consistent offense against St. Mary's. Then so far they've scored, through my math is correct, which sometimes it isn't, they have scored 28 points here in the second quarter compared to 17 in the first. Tremendous effort for the Spartans here in the second quarter of play. We'll see with how they do to finish it. 2:03 to go in the second quarter. St. Mary's with the ball out of the 30-second timeout, brought to you by Maple Donuts. Kyra Priest works across towards the right wing. She'll pass towards Mays, closer towards the corner. Now Mays goes back to the top of the key with Seifert. Seifert leaves it for China Landon, who checked in for St. Mary's. Now towards the corner with Mays, and she has the ball swatted away by the Spartans. Looks like Zumbrum and Day were on that one. So then Bortner scoops up loose ball and then goes to Ferris. Ferris started across half court, leaves for Zumbrum closer towards the corner. Zumbrum across to Day inside. Day heaves up a shot and is fouled by Landon in the process of shooting.
Foul, St. Mary's number 10, Caitlin Mays.
Pardon me, Caitlin Mays. So they give Mays the foul there. That's her first. They called Landon on the block, but instead they called Mays on the reach, as Day's first free throw is good. Pushes the Spartan advantage. She's now 46-32. Her second free throw, no good. 1-2 trip, and Landon almost didn't realize the ball caromed off of the rim like that and almost lost the rebound to the Spartans, but able to corral it for St. Mary's. Now the ball with Ashley Bonanno, who checked in. Priest inside to Seifert. Seifert struggling with the Spartan defense. Gets to Bonanno, who has an open look and converts. Baseline try for Bonanno is good. Makes it 46-34. Spartans lead by 12. 1:04 to go in the second quarter. Leininger with the ball for the green and white. Right wing goes to Ferris, top of the key. Ferris inside the Day, running towards the baseline. She stops, spins to the right, laying good off the backboard. 48 points now for the Spartans here in the first half. They lead 48-34. 14-point lead for the Spartans. As now Seifert on the other side for St. Mary's, leaves it for Bonanno. Bonanno now to the right wing of China Landon. Landon top of the key with Seifert, who will take a three. No good. Molly Day, the rebound for the Spartans. Heaves it over to the Ferris. Ferris screaming up the court, goes to Leininger. Leininger tries another three. Good! Megan Leininger now 2 of 2 tonight from three-point land. 51-34 with 15 seconds to go in the second quarter of play. St. Mary's with the ball. Priest goes to Kelly Jenkins, now to Seifert. 5 seconds to go in the second corner. Seifert charges in, heaves up a shot. No good, but a foul is called. Clock stops at 2.6 seconds in the second quarter. Get Ferris on her second foul. Probably a little ill-advised there with just 2.6 seconds to go in the second quarter, but not allowing any easy looks. Seifert's free throw. No good. One more to go. Seifert with a pause and now shoots. And that is good. 2.6 seconds to go. Priest a quick steal and the quick three off the defensive effort. No good. So as the horn sounds to signal the end of the first half, York have a commanding lead of 51-35. Didn't start out that way to begin the second quarter, but York of an offensive onslaught in the second quarter of play, able to make a difference. So at the half, Spartans lead 51-35. We'll take a break here in the Spartan Sports Network and bring you our halftime report, including, if you missed it, our pregame chat with Spartan women's basketball head coach Betsy Whitman. That's all coming up next in the Spartan Sports Network.
York College of Pennsylvania is where your life's work begins. It starts with the passion you'll find, the connections you'll make, the career you'll pursue, and it begins from day one. Because your life's work is more than work. It's the lives you'll touch. It's the difference you'll make. Better connections, a smarter plan, a life that works. From day one. York College of Pennsylvania, ycp.edu.
This hour on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOIK is brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great tasting family tradition.
Hey, this is Andy Shea with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 for the Keystone Kickoff Show every Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOIK for the Keystone Kickoff Show, brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave markets.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Rebound tip, and Embiid gets it back and dunks it.
York's home for Sixers basketball.
Lobs to Embiid, and a right-hand jam with Flair and a flurry. Sergio to Joel Embiid. Go, go, Jojo. Rodriguez back to Joe. Embiid for the three. He got it. He nailed the triple. Joel Embiid from outside the arc.
Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOIK, first in York, first in sports.
The puck drops here.
He shoots and scores!
Sports Radio 1350, your home for Hershey Bears hockey.
Christian Thomas, a highlight reel move!
And the Washington Capitals.
Rebound score!
Defending the Den and rocking the red all season. Catch the Bears and the Caps on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK. First in York, first in sports.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Dan Patrick Show.
I don't understand this. That you love somebody so much that you are going to send out death threats to a woman who was sitting next to Beyonce and Jay-Z and was actually finding out what they wanted to drink.
Wait, what is this topic?
Beyonce's fans, I don't know why they had a problem with this. Is that the owner, another owner's wife?
It's the main owner's wife offered to get a vodka soda and asked if Jay-Z wanted a lime.
Whoa.
But she reached over Beyonce, and Beyonce just randomly looked, this please, but it's
Can you imagine if somebody went to jail for a death threat because this woman said, do you want a lime?
Yeah, but we all know what that's code for. Oh, come on, Dan, get with it.
The Dan Patrick Show. Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Time for our pregame chat with Spartan women's basketball head coach Betsy Whitman. And coach, it's the regular season finale for your team tonight at St. Mary's. The last time out on Saturday was a tough go at Mary Washington. It just seemed the Eagles had control from the opening tip, and it was a tough loss since it means getting that second seed's going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah, I mean, definitely if we would have won on Saturday, we would have secured that number 2 spot. Now we've got to take care of business today and hope that things go our way with Salisbury beating Mary Wash and we can win a coin flip. So there is, a lot more to it now. So we're just going to really focus now on taking care of business here tonight at St. Mary's.
And with looking back at the regular season, standing at 14-10 coming into tonight, the number 3 team in the CAC, is this team ahead of progression of what you saw at the beginning of the year, or in other ways, is they're right on time?
It's kind of what I expected. I don't know if I would have said we're going to win 15, 16, 17 games this year. But, I was hoping by the month of January into February that we'd be playing our best basketball. And I think we saw that in January. We've had a couple injuries since then and been battling that. But, I'd like to see us get back on track and play the way we were in January. February's been kind of a tough month for us. So we're, like I said, hoping to bounce back and finish strong in the regular season. And then, as you know, the conference championships, it's kind of a whole new season. So we're just hoping to get a good seed. Right now it's looking like second or third, which is great because we'll get to play at home at least one game and possibly get that first round bye. But we'll have to wait and see what happens.
With a team as long as you have this year with 5 freshmen, 4 sophomores, how key has that youth and that energy brought to the team?
It's been great. We brought in a good freshman class that I think has challenged our upperclassmen. I'm very proud of my upperclassmen, how hard they worked in the off season and improved their game and came back in great shape. And we are still young. We're still looking for that leadership. Molly Day's done a really good job being our oldest player. Academically, she's a senior, but she's only had a couple years on the court. So, her and Kayla Ferris have really been relied on a lot to lead us in these games. And, we've got a really talented sophomore class as well as freshmen who've come in and done a really good job. This is a tough conference, and people don't realize, what the competition is day in and day night. So it's one of those things where I think we've grown a lot as a team. Team's gotten very close. The chemistry's really good. We've played some really good games this year, and we've struggled through some of them as well. So we've been up and down. I'd like to see us get a little more consistent here as we move into the next season, but to finish strong here in the conference championships.
And finally, looking towards St. Mary's tonight, team you got the better of at home, but this is a team that likes to force turnovers and as many as possible.
They do. They're really aggressive, and against Southern Virginia, their last game, they pressed them just about the whole game. And against us, they pressed a little bit, and they played a lot of matchup zone. But I do think they're going to play us in some man-to-man tonight. I think they're not just willing to sit back in their zone and let us shoot. So I feel like we're going to see a mixture of zone press, man press, half-court, tandem 2-3, and also an aggressive half-court man-to-man. So we've got to take advantage of our size, look to pound it inside, take care of the ball, take the shots when we have them, and really focus on the defensive end. That's where I was not happy with our defensive effort against Mary Washington. And credit to them, they made a lot of shots, but I don't feel like we defended them as well as we could have. And this practice yesterday, that was really our only focus was on the defensive end and how to stop St. Mary's. And as we build towards the conference championships, overall we just have to be playing tougher defense, not getting beat so much in the paint. And so that will be the focus today, is really defending St. Mary's. And if we do that and rebound, I feel like the shots will be there and the shots will fall.
Sounds like a plan, Coach. Thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
All right, thank you.
Whatever your passion is, pain should never stop you. OSS Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists can get you back to doing what you love pain-free. If you or someone you love is suffering from an orthopedic, spine, or sports injury, trust the awarded team at OSS Health. Contact us today so that we can find the right OSS Health specialist for you and get you back to an active and healthy life. Never let pain steal your passion. Visit us online at OSSHealth.com.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for more than half a century. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
Hey, Dad, what's with all these papers and stuff?
Well, you're starting college in 2 weeks, and I'm doing some homework, cramming to find a college loan to pay the rest of your tuition. I'm afraid it's going to be an all-nighter, honey.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Dad. I think a student choice loan with York Educational FCU would be the best way to go.
YEFCU? We got a mortgage through them. Great rate, and I love the fact that they have free bill payer, but student loan?
Yeah, YEFCU student choice loan pays for my cost of attendance at York College or most other four-year schools, minus the financial aid I already received. The student choice loan would take care of tuition, books, room and board, all that stuff. But the best part is that YEFCU student choice loan is a one-time application. That means next year, I just tell them how much I need, and they'll disperse the money right to the school.
So we don't have to reapply every year?
Nope, so step away from the homework, Dad. A student choice loan is the best move we can make.
So we're not staying up all night? Oh, did I ever tell you about the night I did an entire term paper in one night with an old typewriter and no correction ribbon?
What's a typewriter?
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
There's no running from it. Tax season will be here before you know it. The professionals at Frank Storm & Company can help alleviate the headache. Voted one of the best for all 19 years by the York Dispatch readers for both your personal and business tax needs, Frank Storm & Company makes the process easy. Payrolls, sales tax, preparation of financial statements, in addition to your personal tax service. Call today to set up your appointment at one of 3 convenient locations: York, Dallastown, and Hanover. Frank Storm & Company, committed to personalized quality service.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you on the Spartan Sports Network. Still in our halftime break here on Ed Cole Court as the Spartans visit St. Mary's. Spartans lead the Seahawks here this evening by 16, 51-35 at the half, and the Spartans used an electric second quarter of offense to take that lead. The Spartans shot 12 of 14 from the floor in the second quarter compared to 7 of 17 in the first quarter, including a 1 of 6 from downtown. The Spartans especially heated up from three-point land in the second quarter, 6 of 7, only missing 1 shot from downtown in the second. For the Seahawks, a little bit of the opposite. They were hot in the first quarter with a 9 of 16 shooting percentage from the floor, 2 of 3 from three-point land, but in the second quarter, the Spartans able to hold them to just 4 of 12 shooting, but they're still able to make some free throws, 7 and 8 of their free throws made. No made threes by the Seahawks in the second quarter, 0 of 3. The Seahawks offense has been primarily led by Gina Seifert here tonight, who has 15 total points to go with 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and a steal. The next closest player in terms of points is Stephanie Howell with 7 for St. Mary's on 2 of 2 shooting, including a made three-pointer and a couple of free throws. She also has a rebound and an assist tonight. For the Spartans, well, they have 2 players in double digits, and their upperclassmen in Kayla Ferris and Molly Day have those 14-point efforts. Ferris at 14 points and 6 rebounds, 4 assists, leading the Spartans in assists and rebounds here in the first half. Molly Day, just 1 rebound for Day, but she has 14 points and an assist. Other Spartans with good scoring efforts. Alana Bortner has 7 points. Had a little bit of a rough first quarter, but in the second quarter started to heat up, especially from downtown. 2 of 4 from three-point land. And she went 1 and 3 in the first quarter. Day 3 of 4 of free throws as well. So the Spartans getting their points wherever they can, and they're really keeping the turnovers to a minimum as possible. They still have 8 turnovers on the night. but St. Mary's also has 8. The difference being Spartans able to get points off of those turnovers compared to St. Mary's. Points in the paint have also been a big factor. Spartans with 20 points in the paint in the first half to St. Mary's 12. And also been able to get on the floor and run more often than not with 15 fast break points in the first half. That'll do it for our halftime report as the third quarter about to get underway here on Ed Cole Court as St. Mary's will start the third quarter with the ball. Caitlin Mays inbounds to Kelly Jenkins. We're underway with the second half of action here from St. Mary's College of Maryland. Kyra Priest gives it to Kelly Jenkins. Priest off the feet from Jenkins takes a long three. No good. Rebound York. Day leaves it for Ferris. Ferris comes up the court. Call for some off-ball movement just past the half-court logo of the Seahawks. She gets it to Alana Bortner in the left wing. Now to Ferris, top of the key. Inside the Luckaball, who was cutting towards the rim. And she is fouled on the way to the hoop.
Foul, St. Mary's number 11, Kyra Priest, her second, team first.
Priest gets the foul. It's her second of the game. Luckaball do some three throws. Her first is good. Luckaball is second. That is also good. So now a 2-for-2 effort makes it an 18-point lead for the Spartans here in the third quarter. Luckaball herself here tonight now has 7 points. At the inbounds, Kyra Priest with the ball for St. Mary's. Priest goes to the right wing, Jenkins. Jenkins working off of Bortner, goes to Seifert. Seifert leaves it left wing for Priest once more. Priest now to Howell. Stephanie Howell, quick pass to her right with Caitlin Mays. Now back to Seifert. A lot of hook and ladder as Seifert should lead it for Jenkins, but Day disrupts the play and has the steal. Passes ahead to Bortner. Bortner settles in, goes to Luckaball. Now to Ferris. Ferris, a shot just near the elbow. Good. Ferris with 2 more points on her night. Now has 16 points for the Spartans. Kayla Ferris, 55-35 the score. Spartans lead by 20. Gina Seifert at the baseline drive is met by a Spartan. A blocking foul accrued by York. We'll get Savannah Wilson.
Number 11, Savannah Wilson.
Savannah Wilson, that's her third foul. She hasn't had the most ideal night, Wilson. She only has 3 points on 1 of 2 shooting and 1 rebound with 3 first half turnovers. Seifert's first free throw off the Wilson foul is good. Makes it 55-36, a 19-point lead for York. Seifert with the ball in her hip, now in the hands. Takes her second free throw, and that is also good. 2-for-2 trip for Seifert. Now at the charity stripe, she is 5 of 6. 55-37, at 8:37 to go in the third quarter. Ferris passes across to Luckaball, takes a 3 left wing. High arcing 3, no good off the right side of the rim. But Kayla Ferris, the offensive board, ball trickles away from her, but Bortner snags it. Stephanie Howell tried to steal it away from Bortner, but it went off the hands of Howell. So the Spartans will maintain possession in the ensuing inbounds. Bortner will inbound it for the Spartans. Pass it to Luckaball. Just a couple feet away from the top of the key. Bounce pass inside the Day. Day, and bounce pass further inside the Wilson, who made a nice cut towards the rim. Spins around, and her shot is good.
Savannah Wilson.
And Savannah Wilson, that's now 5 points for the Spartan freshman. St. Mary's on the other end as Priest goes to Seifert. Seifert heads towards the baseline, and her lane attempt good at the right hand. Takes a tumble afterwards, almost lost the shades. But she's all good. 19 points for Seifert. On the other end, Spartans Day met by Priest and Howell, and Priest takes the ball away from Day. Now the fast break opportunity stuffed by the Spartan defense. Mays, the Priest, Seifert, as Seifert spun around, and that shot is in. Gina Seifert is having herself a game. 21 points for the Seahawks senior. Now Ferris with the ball for York. Wilson, top of the key. She'll take a 3 from there. That is good. Got a 3 to go from the top of the key in the first quarter, and now gets another one to go here in the third. She now has 8 points on the night. Spartans lead 60-41. A 19-point lead for the Spartans once more. 3-pointer from Caitlin Mays. No good off the back iron. Tricks off a couple of Seahawks and Spartan hands, but Gina Seifert grabs the offensive board, leaves it for Howell. Howell, the Priest, and they call a blocking foul on the Seahawks. They get that foul on Stephanie Howell. Say she blocked aggressively. So Spartans take over, 7:04 to go in the third quarter. They lead by 19, 60-41. Alana Bortner to Kayla Ferris. Ferris trying to get away from Mays, giving her no room, but she gets past half court. Zumbrum, look a ball. Day baseline trying to, she spins. Can't get that shot to go. Rebound Howell, leaves it for Priest, charging up the court. Charges the lane, leaves it for Seifert. As Seifert, her effort no good. Off the nice feed from Priest. Spartans in the fast break now as Haley Luckaball with the left-handed lay-in. That is good. Looks like someone got some contact there as Howell comes to the bench. Looks like she might have gotten some contact from the Spartan defenders. China Landon now in for the Seahawks. Meanwhile, Luckaball's shot is good off the fast break chance. So it's 62-41. York leads by 21. Seahawks with the ball. Kelly Jenkins off the screen from Landon. Leaves it for Seifert, who charges in, but then leaves it for Mays. Mays now back to Landon. Now around to Priest. He'll take a three near the left corner. No good. Ball arches over towards the baseline. The rebound goes to York. Ferris goes to Day. Day charges in towards the baseline. Heaves a lane up and is good. Day just charged forward and willed that shot in. 64-41. 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Day now has 16 points of that last make. Long jumper, meanwhile, good on the other end by Gina Seifert. 64-43 the score. And Gina Seifert continues to put on a show as she has 23 points now on the night. Almost a kickball violation, but no call there as Alana Bortner makes a three off the confusion, and it is good. So another three for Alana Bortner. She now has 10 on the night. Spartans lead 67-43. Under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. 5:20 to be exact. Kyara Priest with the ball. This is a screen from Seifert. Now leaves it for Jenkins. Jenkins to Landon. Now back to Jenkins. She goes further towards left wing. Mays now to Priest. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock as Mays takes it. Right-handed lane attempt. No good. It skates the rim and out. Zumbrum the rebound for York. Quick pass to Luckaball. Now to Ferris. Now back inside as Zumbrum charges in. Her left-handed lay-in no good. Her second chance no good. Tried to get a third opportunity, but it's smacked away by the Seahawks. Zumbrum looked to get every rebound possible, but couldn't get a shot to go. Meanwhile, timeout called, a media timeout. We'll join them on that timeout brought to you by Maple Donuts. With 4:53 to go in the third quarter, it's 67 points for York, 43 for St. Mary's. Back at more action after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agents know several companies and their coverages, which means more options. And because companies like Donegal Insurance Group use the independent agent system, you not only get quality insurance, you also save money. The independent insurance agent system. Discover the power of choice. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Out of the media timeout. Timeout brought to you by Maple Donuts. 4:53 to go in the third quarter. York leads St. Mary's 67-43. Three Spartans in double digits tonight. Kayla Ferris, Molly Day trying to outdo each other, but both have 16 points to this point of the game. Alana Bortner, the other Spartan in double digits, he has 10. She has made 3 of 6 shots, all from downtown. She has 3 of 5 from three-point land, to be exact. Not to mention go 5 rebounds. Spartans start the ball out of the timeout. Inbounds to Carlson, who checked in. Now to Bortner. Zumbrum inside of the cutting Ferris, and Ferris's quick right-handed lay-in is good. Kayla Ferris now with 18 points on the night. Seifert on the other end leaves it for China Landon. Landon to Bonanno, now to Seifert left corner. Goes in towards just inside the three-point line now to the top of the key. Now she'll take a long jumper, and it's good. Gina Seifert now with 25 points on the night. She has been amazing. 10 of 16 shooting for the senior. Nina Alana Bortner's good. Top of the key three for Alana Bortner, her 4th three-pointer of the night. They just keep coming for the Spartans. They are feeling it from downtown tonight. 72-45 to score, under 4 to go in the third quarter. Other end, Priest met by Zumbrum and a whistle blown.
Foul, York, number 13, Megan Leininger.
They get Leininger on that foul. That is her first foul of the game. And to give it to Kyra Priest. Free throws for her coming up. Priest first free throw, no good. It was previously 2 for 2 before that miss. Priest spins the ball, her second free throw, that is good. 1-2 trip for Priest there, makes it 72-46. Gina Seifert has been the sole consistent source of offense for the Seahawks tonight. 25 points on 10 of 16 shooting. To put it in perspective for you, no other Seahawk is able to score more than 2 buckets here tonight. You have 3 players of 2 for the Seahawks. You have Howell, Anderson, Bonanno, and with Seifert with 10. Meanwhile, Seifert a block on Zumbrum there, and then Ferris able to get the offensive board and in for 2. So 74-46 off the 20th points of Kayla Ferris's night. So 20 points for Ferris. Day 16, Bortner at 13. Now a Priest on the other end trying to charge in towards the hoop. Loses the handle, and then they call a foul on York. They get Leininger again on the foul. It's her second foul of the game. Inbound Jenkins. Gets it to Seifert. Seifert to Bonanno. Bonanno works to the right, then circles back to the left. Kicks it to Landon, who takes a 3. No good. Rebound Ferris. That is now double-digit rebounds for Kayla Ferris here this evening. 20 points to go with 10 rebounds. Spartans in the half court is Ferris. She'll take a 3, feeling it. Top of the key, no good, rolls in and out. It's another double-double for Kayla Ferris here this season. Seen those a lot. Meanwhile, she gets a steal off the ill-advised pass from Priest, trying to get it to Bonanno. Works off of Priest, absorbs the contact, but Priest gets the charge. Offensive foul on York. It's the third foul for Ferris. Substitution in for St. Mary's as Kyra Priest comes out. Caitlin Mays is back in. Stephanie Howell also in as well. So it's Howell, Jenkins, Seifert, Mays, and Bonanno in for St. Mary's. And for the Spartans, Ferris, Zumbrum, Bortner, Carlson, and Leininger. Seifert with the ball, working off of Zumbrum. Bounce pass to Jenkins. Jenkins kicks out to Mays. Now the left wing, Howell. Howell teases a spin to her left, but then goes to the top of the key. Takes a 3. Got it. Stephanie Howell makes a 3-point shot. Her second 3 of the night. She's now 2 of 2 from downtown. 10 points for Stephanie Howell. Now Seahawks have 2 players in double digits, Howell and Seifert. Spartans passing the ball around, 2:08 to go. Bortner takes a 3, got it. Alana Bortner just cannot seem to miss from downtown here in the second half. Incredible. 5 of 7 now from downtown. On the end, kick ball as it goes out of bounds. And substitutions in for the Spartans as Sammy Matteo, Molly Day, both in for the green and white. Inbounds play coming up for St. Mary's. Jenkins inbounds it just to the right of the basket. It's the Seifert, Mays, Bonanno. It's the Jenkins at the prettiest of pass, but Jenkins gets it. Now back to Bonanno. Spins and gets it to Jenkins. Jenkins met by the Spartan defense. Kicks to Howell for another top of the key 3. No good this time. That's Howell's first miss of the night. It was previously 3 of 3 before that shot. Ferris, who missed 3 earlier. That was her first missed shot of the night. She was 9 of 9 prior to that attempt. Meanwhile, turnover on York and an ill-advised pass. Howell the steal. Gets it to Bonanno. So now that since Ferris missed that three-pointer, I could mention she was almost perfect on the night. So the onus is not on me for messing up a potential perfect shooting night. Meanwhile, in the half-court, St. Mary's, as Mays goes to Bonanno. Bonanno goes towards the baseline. He's stuffed by the Spartan defense, and Kayla Ferris takes the ball away. Now she'll charge towards the corner. The right corner leaves it to Carlson, right wing. Carlson at the top of the key, Bortner. Left wing, Matteo. Now back to Bortner. Bortner goes to Matteo, left wing. Bounce pass inside to Day. Day leaves a shot up left hand. No good. Carlson, the offensive board, gets out to Matteo. Matteo with three. No good. Rebound, Gina Seifert. That's the 5th rebound for Seifert tonight. 5 rebounds and 25 points. And the Seifert trying to get points number 26 and 27, but can't get it to go. But she'll have a chance to do so with 2 shots at the free-throw line. Get Carlson on the foul. Now Gina Seifert, who's seen some action at the free-throw line tonight, making her 7th and 8th attempts. Her first is good. Gets her 26 points in the night, make it 77 points for York. And 50 points for St. Mary's. Seifert readies her second free throw. That rolls in and is good. 77-51 the score, 34.5 to go in the third. Inside Carlson. Carlson now out to the right wing and Matteo. Matteo leaves it for Carlson in the top of the key. Carlson goes inside to Day. Day working up towards the baseline. Tries to get her shot to go, but cannot do so. Is fouled in the process of shooting. She'll go back to the line.
Foul, St. Mary's, number 14, Stephanie Howell. Her third.
Howell and Priest were in there in that defensive effort trying to stuff Day, but they get Howell on the foul. Substitution in as Haley Luckaball is back in for the Spartans. Meanwhile, Day's first free throw is good. She's now 4 of 5 from the charity stripe tonight. Her second, no good as it takes a high bounce off the front of the rim. Matteo gets the board, though, for the York College Spartans. He gets it to Bortner. Another possession for York as Bortner, Luckaball, Wilson. Matteo leaves it for Wilson. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Matteo will take a top of the key three. No good. Rebound to Seifert. Can't get a shot off as the horn sounds to signal the end of the third quarter. After 3 quarters of play here from St. Mary's College of Maryland, it's the Spartans 78. The Seahawks 51. We'll take a break and bring you the 4th and final quarter of action after this. Stay tuned in the Spartan Sports Network.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for more than half a century. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
This hour on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK is brought to you by Maple Donuts. Start your day the Maple Donuts way.
About to begin the 4th and final quarter of play here from St. Mary's College of Maryland. Ray Jensen here with you. Energy good for York, and you see Lindsey Brown keeping up that energy with the nice dance moves on the sidelines. And the Spartans have a lot to like as we begin the 4th and final quarter of play. Here from Ed Cole Court, 78 points for York to 51 for St. Mary's. Alana Bortner will inbound the ball for the Spartans. So good news to announce from outside this game tonight. Salisbury hosting Mary Washington across the Chesapeake here this evening. They currently lead Mary Washington 35-32, so a score to keep an eye on as we begin play. Savannah Wilson takes a shot at the lay-in towards the hoop. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Caitlin Mays. Goes to Stephanie Howell. Howell, looking for someone open, goes to Mays, now right wing. Now Bonanno inside the Seifert. Seifert circles out towards the perimeter, leaves it for Howell. Howell then back to Seifert at the top of the key. Seifert trying to find some open space, can't find any as he goes back to Mays, further away from the top of the key. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock. She kicks inside the Seifert. Seifert gets the shot to go. 3 seconds left on the clock. And Gina Seifert, what can you say about her effort? It's been tremendous. 29 points for the senior here this evening. But still a big hole for the St. Mary's to try to climb out of as they trail 78-53. The Spartans on their side. Wilson trying to get it to Day, can't get it to go, gets back, rejected back to her, tried to keep it inbounds, but cannot do so. St. Mary's takes over. She's had a tough game as St. Mary's is able to collapse on her defensively. She's got some nice shots. She had some beautiful three-pointers throughout this game, specifically from the top of the key, but just has lost the handle a lot thanks to St. Mary's. But they like to create turnovers. Coming into tonight, creating 21 turnovers per game. As now Stephanie Howell takes a jumper from about 8 feet out. No good. Rebound Sammy Matteo of York. Here come the Spartans as Matteo trying to get away from Bonanno. Goes to Bortner near the right wing. Bortner inside the Luckaball. Luckaball towards the baseline. Quick pass out to Day, who will launch up a three. No good. Rebound Ashley Bonanno. Bonanno with the ball for the Seahawks. Long pass to Seifert just inside the perimeter. Takes a long jumper. No good. Rebound the Spartans. As Matteo, another board for her. She goes to Bortner. Takes a deep three from the left wing. No good as it hits the left side of the rim. And the tussle for the rebound. Mays able to get it away just away from the hand of Bortner. Goes towards Wilson. Her lay-in try. No good. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Matteo on the fast break effort for the Spartans. No good. Seifert the rebound. Bortner almost tried to foul and get a steal. No good. And then pass to Mays near the right corner. That shot is good. It is a three-pointer for Caitlin Mays, her 5th three-pointer of the season. Spartans in their end. Haley Luckaball tries her hand at a three. No good from the right corner. Molly Day, the rebound and the putback, good. Molly Day now with 19 points tonight, trailing Ferris, who has 20. Alana Bortner has 16. Those have been the big three scorers for York. Coincidentally, 2 of them are upperclassmen. Alana Bortner, of course, is sophomore. And speaking of Bortner, gets the steal of Jenkins and charging towards the rim. Stuffed by Seifert. And now Day with the offensive board gets it to Luckaball. And count the basket and the foul. Gets Seifert on the foul. It's her 2nd foul of the game. Bortner and Wilson head to the bench. Leininger back in for York. As Ferris, Luckaball's and 1 attempt. No good. She can't convert the free throw, but you'll take the points. 82-56 the score. 7 minutes to go in this one as Ashley Bonanno goes to Caitlin Mays. Mays circles around towards the top of the key. Gets to Howell. Howell drives in, met by Luckaball. Count the foul and the basket as they get Luckaball on the blocking foul. And Howell gets that shot to go. So a three-point play possibility for St. Mary's. Substitution for St. Mary's in the meantime as Kyra Priest back in for the Seahawks. Megan Carlson also back in for York. Luckaball heads to the bench. Howell attempting her 3rd free throw here tonight. That free throw takes a high bounce at the front of the rim, but off the backboard and in. So 3 of 3 from the charity stripe is Stephanie Howell tonight. But the Spartans still have the lead, 82-59. 6:43 to go in the fourth quarter. Carlson pass inside the Day, off the hands of Day, but Matteo, nice play to keep it inbounds and right back to Day. She is fouled, though, short of the rim.
Foul, St. Mary's number 10.
We get Caitlin Mays for her 2nd. The foul is on the floor. So it'll be an inbounds for the Spartans. Day to Ferris. Now Matteo inside the Day as she works around and tries to get that shot to go. She's fouled again. This time she's going to go to the free throw line. She was fouled in the process of shooting.
Foul, St. Mary's number 14, Stephanie Howell.
Get Howell on that one. That's her 4th foul. It's the 3rd St. Mary's foul here in the fourth quarter. Spartans have just 1 foul here in the fourth quarter. Day's first free throw is good.
Molly Day at the line.
83-59 the score. Her 2nd, That is also good. 84 points for York, 59 for St. Mary's. 6:30 to go. Spartans lead by 25. Seahawks in the half court. Jenkins, Seifert. Seifert leaves the ball for Mays. Mays, a shot short of the elbow. Good. Mays gets that shot to go. Just her second made bucket here tonight. Ferris at the ball for the Spartans off the made shot from Mays. Gets it to Leininger left wing. Leininger had some nice efforts here tonight. In the first half, she was 2 of 2, all from the three-point line, as her team was absolutely electric anytime she made a three-pointer. Be curious to see if she tries one here. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. She tries her hand in a lay-in, and it's good as she beats her defender in a baseline drive, and with the right hand is good. Make that 8 points for Megan Leininger. Now 3 of 3. Stephanie Howell, Regina Seifert now Seahawks in the half court. Now back to Howell. She'll take a deep three. No good as it rolls in and out. I thought that was going to go in from here, but an unfriendly rim for Howell on that shot. Ferris to Day. Day in the right wing. Howell looking to steal. She's playing very aggressive. And I think they got Howell on a foul. They do get Howell on that foul, and that is her 5th, and she has fouled out. Gotta admire the effort that she has put forth here tonight, but she has now fouled out. Fouls on the floor, so the Spartans will inbound in front of their own bench. Bonanno will substitute in for the fouled out Howell. Her night ends with 13 points, with 4 of 6 shooting on the floor. 2 of those made shots from downtown, 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, 2 rebounds and an assist. Spartans off the inbounds. Matteo from Carlson. Matteo's long jumper, no good. Gina Seifert, the rebound. That's now her 8th rebound in this one. 8 rebounds and 29 points for the senior. She goes in, runs the kicks out towards a teammate, but it's a takeaway as Matteo gets the steal for the Spartans. Matteo charging up the court, leaves it for Leininger. Leininger, another 3. Good! Megan Leininger is 4 of 4, including 3 of 3 from downtown. Megan Leininger is feeling it. Nice to see from the freshman. Kyra Priest, meanwhile, with the ball for the Seahawks, gives it to Kelly Jenkins, right wing. Jenkins gives way to Bonanno, now to Seifert, who charges in towards the baseline, then kicks it to Mays, turning in towards the rim. No good, but the offensive board there from Bonanno. Her second attempt, no good. Rebound the Spartans. Ferris to Leininger. Thought about 3, but drives in, then kicks to Ferris. Nice feed from Megan Leininger on the charging Ferris. And Ferris able to convert for 2. She now has 22 points on the night. That's an assist for Leininger. 91-61. A 30-point lead for the Spartans. 4:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Seifert's shot, no good. Rebound the Spartans. Leininger to Ferris. Ferris up the court, goes to Day. Back to Ferris, now around the Carlson. Carlson almost has her pocket picked by Kyra Priest, but Ferris able to bail her out. Ferris to Matteo. Matteo's long jumper, no good. Rebound Priest. Priest screaming up the sideline with Carlson on her. Goes towards the baseline, now rim. Leaves the ball up with the left hand, no good. Bit of a collision between some players as the ball goes out of bounds. Timeout called on the floor. The media timeout. We will join them in that media timeout, brought to you by Maple Donuts. With 30:37 to go in the game, it's 91 points for York, 61 for St. Mary's. The Spartan offense is back after they are averaging 92 points per game, 92 points in the last 2 games. They've scored 91 here tonight. Timeout on the floor. We'll join in the Spartan Sports Network.
Hey, Dad, what's with all these papers and stuff?
Well, you're starting college in 2 weeks, and I'm doing some homework, cramming to find a college loan to pay the rest of your tuition. I'm afraid it's going to be an all-nighter, honey.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Dad. I think a student choice loan with York Educational FCU would be the best way to go.
YEFCU? We got a mortgage through them. Great rate, and I love the fact that they have free bill payer, but student loan?
Yeah, YEFCU student choice loan pays for my cost of attendance at York College or most other four-year schools, minus the financial aid I already received. The student choice loan would take care of tuition, books, books, room and board, all that stuff. But the best part is that YEFCU Student Choice Loan is a one-time application. That means next year, I just tell them how much I need, and they'll disperse the money right to the school.
So we don't have to reapply every year?
Nope. So step away from the homework, Dad. A Student Choice Loan is the best move we can make.
So we're not staying up all night? Oh, did I ever tell you about the night I did an entire term paper in one night with an old typewriter and no correction ribbon?
What's a typewriter?
York Educational Federal Credit Union, 1601 South Queen Street, York. Apply online at yefcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Career high alerts here as we resume play at the Maple Donuts timeout. Kayla Ferris at 22 points. That's now a new career high for the Spartan Junior. Her previous high was 21 points entering play tonight. 22 points for her. As we resume play, Brady Zumbrum with a nice feed inside and gets her shot to go. It's the feed from Carlson. 93-61 the score. The Spartans on the floor out of the timeout. Savannah Wilson, Megan Carlson, Brady Zumbrum, Tori Geithner, Megan Leiniger. Kelly Jenkins at the ball for St. Mary's. Has it blocked by Leiniger. Grabs the ball off of the block and tries to go in, but can't get that shot to go and is fouled. She drove in.
Foul, York, number 25. Brady Zumbrum.
We get Zumbrum on the foul. That's her first. Jenkins heads to the line for her first 2 tries of the night. Her first is good. She's been held relatively quiet tonight. Normally a stout three-point shooter. It only has 1 made 3 in 3 tries here this evening. Second free throw, that is good. 93-63 the score. Spartans lead by 30 points. 93 points for the Spartans as Savannah Wilson takes the ball up for York. The Zumbrum, now to Geithner left wing. Zumbrum closer towards the left corner. 2:47 to go in the game as she drives up the baseline. Left-handed try. Good after a couple of bounces and goes in off the left rim. So Zumbrum with some more points here tonight. For her, that's 6 points now here in the game as Bonanno on the other end tried to get a right-handed lay-in to go. Could not do so. Rebound Wilson. Savannah Wilson leaves it to Geithner. Geithner takes a 3. Good! Tori Geithner gets a 3-point shot to go. Her 8th three-pointer of the season. Other end, China Landon gets a fast break chance. That can't go. Hangs off the rim and out. Carlson the board goes to Wilson. And meanwhile, Spartans call a timeout. It's a media timeout, I should say. It's a media timeout once more. Score 98-63 of 2:07, or 32nd timeout, pardon me. So 32nd timeout, 2:07 to go in the game. We back after this on the Spartan Sports Network.
Whatever your passion is, pain should never stop you. OSS Health's orthopedic and sports medicine specialists can get you back to doing what you love pain-free. If you or someone you love is suffering from an orthopedic, spine, or sports injury, trust the awarded team at OSS Health. Contact us today so that we can find the right OSS Health specialist for you and get you back to an active and healthy life. Never let pain steal your passion. Visit us online at osshealth.com.
Your home for the Spartans. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Ray Jensen back with you out of the Maple Donuts timeout. Spartans in control here with 2:07 to go in the fourth quarter. 98-63. Spartans lead by 35. Spartans being led by a lot of players offensively. Kayla Ferris and Molly Day both in the 20s tonight. 22 points for Ferris on 10 of 11 shooting. Day 21 points off of 7 of 12 shooting. Got a bunch of her points from the free throw line. 6 of 8 from the charity stripe off the inbounds, off the timeout. Savannah Wilson with a nice trip towards the rim. Turned on the Jets at the right-handed lay-in. And now the Spartans have broken the 100-point plateau here in this game. 100 points, 100 to the 63. Seaford tried to go in and lost the shades in the process of going towards the hoop. It's fouled by York on that trip. They get Zumbrum on the foul.
Gina Seaford at the line.
And Seaford here trying to break 30 points of these Next couple free throws. Ball on the left hip, now in the hands. She fires, and there's point number 30. 30 points of 11 of 19 shooting, and 8 of 9 from the charity stripe. Her second, also good. She's 9 of 10 with 31 points. So kudos to her. She's had a heck of a game tonight. Got to tip the cap to her. She's done the game the old school way. A lot of inside efforts using that tall frame of hers. I mean, on the Spartans, Megan Leininger tried to get that lay-in to go. No good. Rebound to Caitlin Mays of the Seahawks. Minute 27 to go in the game. Goes to China Landon. Landon to Bonanno. Bonanno to Seifert. Seifert right wing. Bounce pass. Try to get it in to Jenkins, but they say kick ball. So they say a kick ball and it will result in a St. Mary's inbound. So I don't think the players thought a foot hit it. Substitution to mention for the Spartans is Elena Young is in for the Spartans. 3-point try from Jenkins, no good. Rebound the Seahawks though, and Jenkins' second chance effort, that is good. Now a bevy of substitutions in for the Seahawks. Lily Polens is in, as well as Lainey Ballard. And Zoe Mongbet Lemaire. So St. Mary's burns a 30-second timeout just to get a trio of substitutions in. If a minute 6 to go in the game. Will in hand for York as they lead 100 to 67. Leininger to Elena Young. Young will take a shot. No good off the left side of the rim. Stuffle for the rebound as Geithner gets the offensive board for the Spartans. 52 seconds to go in the game. Spartans have another offensive try as Leininger, she'll launch another three. Oh my goodness, that was a long try, almost right in front of the Spartan bench, and it rolls in. Megan Leininger has had quite the effort. Absolutely tremendous from her and a lot of other Spartans on the floor tonight. 103 now the score to 67. And for York, that is by far one of their better offensive outputs of the year. Their highest scoring total of the season at 103 points and possibly counting. 42 seconds to go. Caitlin Mays. Pass is in to Holly Anderson. Anderson now back to Mays. Mays charging in. Right-handed lay-in attempt, no good. Elena Young, the board for the Spartans. Young to Leininger. Leininger now to Wilson cross court. Wilson will settle in at the top of the key. 20 seconds and counting. Leininger back to Wilson. And Wilson will just hold it and run out the clock. An excellent effort for the Spartans here tonight. They were struggling on offense the last couple of games, just scoring 92 points in the last couple. But now with 103 points here tonight against the St. Mary's Seahawks. And they take a 103-67 win here tonight at St. Mary's College of Maryland. And now it's up to Salisbury University to try to help the Spartans out and maybe upset Mary Washington to help the Spartans possibly gain a number 2 seed in the CAC tournament. Final from St. Mary's, 103 for the Spartans, 67 for the Seahawks. We'll take a timeout and break it down for you in our post-game show. That's coming up next here on the Spartan Sports Network.
There's no running from it. Tax season will be here before you know it. The professionals at Frank Storm & Company can help alleviate the headache. Voted one of the best for all 19 years by the York Dispatch readers for both your personal and business tax needs, Frank Storm & Company makes the process easy. Payrolls, sales tax, preparation of financial statements, in addition to your personal tax service. Call today to set up your appointment at one of 3 convenient locations: York, Dallastown, and Hanover. Frank Storm & Company, committed to personalized quality service.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
York College of Pennsylvania is where your life's work begins. It starts with the passion you'll find, the connections you'll make, the career you'll pursue, and it begins from day one. Because your life's work is more than work. It's the lives you'll touch. It's the difference you'll make. Better connections, a smarter plan, a life that works from day one. York College of Pennsylvania. ycp.edu.
Shipley Energy is more than just an energy company. We're a family tradition. Our goal is to provide outstanding customer service and to make energy easy for you. From heating oil and propane to natural gas and electricity, our team can help. We also offer HVAC services, installation, maintenance, and service plans to keep your home safe and comfortable. In addition, our team can improve the quality of water in your home. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com or call 855-5-SHIPLEY. We make energy easy.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Listen live and on demand with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com.
Ray Jensen back for you on the Spartan Sports Network to wrap this one up from Michael P. O'Brien Athletics and Recreation Center Arena at St. Mary's College of Maryland. The final from St. Mary's, Spartans win by 36 points, 103-67. The Spartans with an offensive onslaught tonight. They're one of their best scoring efforts in the entirety of this season, and there's a lot of thanks to pass around for that. 5 different Spartans in double digits tonight, and I may be underscoring that. 6, actually, as I forgot Megan Leininger, and I can't forget that performance. 5 of 6, 4 of 4 from downtown as the freshman shown what she has in the future for the Spartan program. 14 points for her. Savannah Wilson with 10 points. Not the prettiest of games for her, but she got the job done. An excellent effort from Savannah Wilson. Kayla Ferris with 22 points. A career high for her on 10 of 11 shooting, of 13 total rebounds. Just 2 shy of a career high from her, but she gets a new career high in points at 22. Molly Day with 21 points and 6 rebounds. Alana Bortner of 16 points, up 5 of 8 from downtown. And the Spartans with 22 total assists. Good job dispersing the ball and getting a lot of people involved, where St. Mary's only had 12. But they were led offensively by Gina Seifert, who had an incredible game. 31 points on 11 of 19 shooting, 9 of 10 from free throws, and 8 rebounds to go with 4 assists. The Spartans, after a 41.2% shooting effort in the first quarter, did not drop below 50% afterwards on the floor. They shot 85% in the second quarter, 52% in the third, and once again 52% in the fourth quarter to finish 39-69 from the floor, just over 56% from the floor. An excellent effort. They also shot over 51% from three-point land. So just firing on all cylinders were the Spartans tonight, where they set a season high in points scored at 103, and they needed that after failing to get the offense going in the past 2 contests in the CAC. And with that, before we go, CAC scoreboard update as we look at Salisbury hosting Mary Washington. Salisbury with a 1-point lead of 1:13 to go in the fourth quarter, 49-48 in that contest. Christopher Newport leading Southern Virginia 54-38 at Southern Virginia's gym, just about to end that third quarter. But actually, as I refresh my page, Salisbury has upped their lead to 3 points, 51-48, with 24 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So if Salisbury is able to hold out that win, the Spartans have a chance at the second seed in the CAC. So player of the game honors, it's a tough one. I'll have to give it to Kayla Ferris, 22 points on 13 total rebounds on 10 of 11 shooting, just one 3-point less shy of a perfect night. She missed the top of the key 3, her only miss on the evening. I got to tip the cap to Gina Seifert, 31 points on 11 of 19 shooting. An effort, excellent effort for her despite the losing effort for St. Mary's. So once again, a final from St. Mary's College of Maryland, 103 for the Spartans, 67 for the Seahawks. Next time we'll be on the air will be this coming Wednesday, as the Spartans will host a CAC quarterfinal match. The matchup to be determined. Daryl Henry of the call that one on the Spartan Sports Network. In the meantime, this is Ray Jensen saying so long for now. Again, we hope you enjoyed the game. We know you enjoyed the outcome. A 103-67 win for the Spartans. I enjoyed it. Hope you did as well. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening, everybody.
Thank you for listening to York College Basketball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. Catch the Spartans all season right here on York's only local sports station. Tune in 15 minutes before tip-off for the pregame show with head coaches Matt Hunter and Betsy Whitman. Listen on the go with the new WOYK app and online at 989WOYK.com. Spartan basketball all season on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming